Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to Bobby Fitzgerald Golf. Oh, you see my little rat up here? That's a wind blocker on my microphone, of course, you knew that. And because it was a little breezy out here today in my backyard. And thanks for stopping by. You know, I couldn't do this without you guys to try to help you out a little bit. And you come back to see this old guy teaching, and I've gotten a lot of nice letters. And today I'm going to do a little practice again, as you've seen those. I'll put out a video once a week or so, but I'll also do a practice session or two just so you can. Some people say, "I'd like to see you more. Show me what you're working on, whatever." You know. And now I get a lot of questions, and people ask me, when did you start playing golf? Um, I was very fortunate. I had a big family, 10 brothers and sisters. And when I was about 15 years old, my dad took a job. We left Santa Rosa, California, and he took a job in Marin County, where the guys I started going to high school with, their families had, of course, a lot more money. And uh, my two friends, they said, "Hey, we're going to go play golf tomorrow, and we'd like you to come with us." And that's how I got started. I went out with them, and they treated me to golf a lot. And I fell in love with the game. You hit the ball a long ways. I think that's the way a lot of us are. Hit that driver. I couldn't hit the ball straight for beans, but I hit it a long way. Yeah, I think we could all relate to that one. And I had a strong grip. Everything went left. You know, but that was okay. I had a lot of fun. And then I found out I could putt pretty well. I got on the green. Hey, this isn't so bad. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, started when I was about 16 years old, and have been loving the game ever since. And anyway, so that's how I started. And if you have any other questions you want to ask me, I'd be happy to answer anything you want to ask me. And also, you know, if there's some content you'd like to see, if you'd like to see um, whatever it is, hit my higher irons. Here that I'm here, I'm not going to the golf course until they release people over 65 years old to do that. I know some people are doing that already, but I'm going to wait until they say it's okay, uh, which is fine with me. But it limits my way of showing you something where you can see the ball run out and you can see the ball soar, which might be good because I have to learn how to edit better anyway. In fact, I don't know how to edit at all. I really don't. I go there and I look at it and I said, I need somebody to help me with this. It's all these little squiggly lines, and how can I insert some boom, or how can I insert some rolling, scrolling thing on the bottom that says subscribe if you like the content, whatever. Add a little more fun to it, you know. So when I do get back on the golf course, one of my plans is to go out and play golf 9 holes and video it and um, show you how I play, how I think, why I'm hitting the shot I'm hitting, what can I score. I'll do little fun things. I'll have somebody join me. We'll do a two-man, a four-person scramble. That just means we both hit two balls from the exact same position and see how low we can go. Uh, I might have 9 holes where I hit from the red tees, 9 holes from the white tees, 9 holes from the blue tees, and see how much lower am I going to be able to play from the forward tees. Because it could just make a difference of a 9-iron or 7-iron to a green, and my scores might be fairly close lumped together. So just something fun, something interesting. I might go out myself and play a one-man, two-person best ball. Whatever you guys would like to see, let me know. I'll go out and do it. We'll have fun together, and we'll hit some shots, and you'll see there will be no editing. If I hit a bad shot, oops, so what? We're human. You're going to hit bad shots, you're going to hit great shots. And it's all part of the game. So right now, I'm going to go show you what I'm working on, which is I had just done a video, released a video on keeping your connection, keep your elbows tucked in. But I'm working on getting my elbows even farther like Ben Hogan did. So I'm going to put this down here. Let me see if I can bring this down where we can see my workstation a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. So here we go. So what I'm trying to do is refine keeping the elbows tucked in. One thing I didn't mention, not yesterday, but when I did the video for you guys, is if you've got your elbows tucked in, and I'm probably guilty of this myself, if your elbows are pointed outside of your hips, it's very hard to keep that same one-piece takeaway without letting this arm go up a little. Not that it would be helpful, because anything more starting in is going to be helpful, unless you really get bad at the top. But I'm trying to take my starting elbows and my V more inside of my body. So rather than going like this, I want to see like Ben Hogan. Ben Hogan always kept this as much open as he could without taking a motorcycle grip. So he didn't have his regular grip. But you can see how this is more open rather than like this, even though that's tucked in a little. We want to have that open because you can go, from here it's easy to get away from yourself. Here, you can have more of a one-piece takeaway, keep it the same. If you watch Ben Hogan's newsreels or his shots, you'll see he stays the same. And it's that consistency that made him such a great ball striker. So we're going to try a little bit of that. I'm going to flare out my feet because we don't want a lot of restriction here, because we don't want hip surgery. We want to make this as painless as possible, especially for seniors or even young people. Why do you want to stress your joints out and have pain, stress, go home and take Advil, you know? So I flare out both of my feet. You know you got it right when you can walk like a penguin. Yeah. So anyway, and so to get me, but say you don't even have that kind of mobility where that helps a lot, there's no problem with taking your foot back as well as open. So when I take my foot back and open, it creates a lot more space here. I have lots of room to come down and through. You don't want to be crowded. It can come through like this and have to reach, you end up flipping the club. So just be comfortable. Flare those out. You can bring this back, no problem, to create more space in here. Take my grip. Now I'm gonna keep this pointed toward you as much as possible. I can't have it like that, of course. So keep that in, and then try to do everything one piece. I have my weight forward. I have the weight that is on this foot, I have it on towards the target. I don't want to sway back. If I'm good here and I sway back, I'm no longer there. So it's going to be easy to have a horrible shot. So I try to keep my weight going forward. I feel like I have 70% of my weight forward. It's probably not that much. Some people will tell you, keep 55% of your weight here and 45 here. I find that when you do that, it's a little too easy to kind of roll your foot back. So I'd rather have you covering the ball. Here's your buttons. Cover that ball. Try to stay there as you turn. And let's just see how this goes. So my weight's forward. And you can hear the power through that ball because it's all basically staying the same in the same position. We don't want to get out of position. And that really helps. I mean, even an older person like me, if you're you got some swing speed and you're agile a bit, you can hit the ball pretty far. This is a 7-iron, and that shot there, if I was to guess, would have probably gone about 155, something like that, 160. Not bad for 70 years old. I can live with that. So this works pretty well if you just keep it together. And like I say, no swaying. Keep the ball covered. One piece takeaway. I don't want to take my arms out independent of my core. Otherwise you're getting all kinds of problems. I want my core to turn me. My core turns my shoulders brings my arm. It'll look like it's not as big a backswing as it could be, but if you get a good shoulder turn, it's not bad. Yeah, and another thing, as long as you don't have this thing strangled, so try to hold as tight as you can where there's no whipping through the club. You don't want to strangle it. It should be able to do fairly well. I weights forward. That one wasn't so bad. I would say that might have gone 140. I caught a little bit thin, but you know, that's okay. We're out here practicing. We're all human beings. We do the best we can, and hopefully you learn, and hopefully you get more control of it, you know, be more consistent. That's the whole idea of practicing, to be consistent with it and knowing you can depend on it. I try to keep my hands ahead of the ball. There we go. Much more solid. And so that's what I'm working on a little bit. If I do that well enough, then I don't have to concentrate as much as when I come back. Is my head lifting? Is my everything lifting? You don't want to lift either. But if I can come back and hit the ball that solid, that's pretty good. I'm going to try now, and it should be getting automatic. But I have a tendency to raise my up a little bit, so because my shoulder doesn't go on that perfect plane, sometimes I come too flat, and that's not good either. That was a pretty good strike, but I felt like I let my hands go up a little too high. Let's try that again. I mean, you can basically just, from the sound of the shot, you can pretty much tell what you've done. That felt pretty good. Chase one of these balls down. Hope everybody's having a good day. And it's nice here. The wind actually has sort of died down, almost to nothing. There we go. That was a lot nicer shot. And so those are a couple of things I'm working on. And hopefully you enjoy this. Hanging out with Bobby, and you know, that's what I'm hoping for, is to have a really good relationship with the people who are my subscribers, and try to make it entertaining. When we get out the golf course, hopefully it'll be a lot more entertaining. And the fact that you like to come and see me means a lot to me. And with my journey with this whole thing of YouTube, and I expect to never stop doing this. If I can help anybody, or you have questions, or anything I can help you with, I'll be here for you. Hit a couple more, and then we'll let this thing go. I'm going to keep my weight forward. Try not to let any weight get to the back of this right trail foot. Make sure my hands are ahead of the ball, so I don't, if I happen to flip a little bit, I'm not going to hit it thin. This would be helpful for a lot of people. I got a little speedy coming back forward. I didn't really feel like I finished my backswing, which is fine. We're here to practice. That's quite a bit better. Still could even be smoother. You know, you'd like to have look like a golfer out there. You'd like to make it look elegant, and people go, "Wow, that guy sure is a good ball striker." And that's kind of what you're after. I'll have to go back and look on the video. I didn't feel like, you know, when I went to do that, that I took the time to even look like, am I keeping this where I want to? Tucked in more. Trying to copy a little bit of Ben Hogan. Not a bad role model. Okay, there we go. There we go. I mean, you can just hear how much more solid it is. I got a bee trying to bother me. Probably going to come after me now. I swiped him. Oh well. Thinks I'm a plant. See, I'm not going to edit this out because I want this just to be natural. Having a lesson with you. The poor bees looking for something to pollinate. That's okay too. I was only going to hit one more, but that's a couple that weren't as solid as I would like them. Keep that in. There we go. I really do have a tendency to lift up a little. And for me, it almost has to seem like I'm going circular backwards. Because I really have to work on not lifting, not picking my head up. Especially when it's been so long since you've been out on the course and played. You got to have your excuses set, right? There we go. Well, you know, Lee Trevino always said the more he practices, the luckier he gets. And isn't that true? You know, because you're getting better and better, trying to be fun, you know. But listen, I really appreciate you stopping by the Bobby Fitzgerald Golf. I really like doing these for you. Uh, Hopefully this is entertaining enough and you can learn a little something in what I'm working on, what I can teach you with all of the other things, you know, chipping and pitching and alignment, all that stuff. And I really appreciate you coming by. Uh, until I see you again, have fun and never give up. This is a fun game.